Hello everyone, this is Boards, and today we're gonna do a midterm review of the Transition Spire 2022. So I got this bike 6 months ago, and this video is just about my thoughts on the bike. So this is not a stock bike. I've already changed the wheel set and the cockpit. I swapped the stock wheel set for the Hunt Enduro wide wheels. The bike came with Magic Marys up front, and this is the very plush Marzocchi Bomber Z1s. That's my Renthal cockpit and the SRAM Code R brakes. 220 rotors up front and 200 in the back. So that's the alloy frame, and that's the Fox Float X Performance shock. Only has the rebound setting, and that is the frame's flip chip, the 1-up chain guide to keep the chain on. We have the descendant cranks by Trivative, SRAM NX 12-speed drivetrain, and we have Big Betty tires in the back. One up dropper post and this anvil forge saddle, and that is our Renthal cockpit. Our shifter is a SRAM NX 12-speed. So first impressions with the bike. Out of the box, the bike looked very clean, especially with the raw alloy finish. The bike is long, low and slack with the 63-degree head angle. So initially I noticed that the steering was a bit wallowy. You notice it more on slower speeds, but once you get up to speed, the steering actually feels a lot better. The bike feels nimble. So with regards with the suspension, I was actually quite impressed with the forks and the rear shock that came with the bike. Of course, it doesn't have the adjustability that comes with the higher end forks, which doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. For me, it just means setting up the forks and the rear shock just becomes more simple and less time consuming. The bike is definitely on the heavy side at just around 18 kilos, but I'm really not too fussed about the weight. To be fair, for an 18 kilogram bike, it's very easy to climb, and I think the weight actually helps the bike be more stable on the downhills. I think the bike feels more at home on the long, flowy trails. With the steep stuff as well, it's very comfortable and very confidence inspiring. With jumps, it's very stable in the air, and I think that's all got to do with the weight. Of course, the long, low and slack geometry of the bike doesn't come without its drawbacks. I think the bike is a bit difficult to maneuver, especially in bits of the trail where you need to stall before you drop into a steeper bit of trail. I also find that the bike is a bit tricky to maneuver through very tight corners. Overall, the parts that were spec'd on the bike when I got it, I was actually pretty happy with them. Yes, the bike came with an NX 12-speed drivetrain, which up to this point has actually been working flawlessly. The only thing that I didn't particularly like that came stock with the bike was the brakes. The Code REs unfortunately don't come with the bite point adjust. So overall, I think this Spire is a very good bike for the price. The spec on the bike that I have is fairly decent, and I think the bike is a good platform for future upgrades. So if you're looking for a bike that could do long days and that could take a beating, so the Spire might be for you.